Well, today is the day I am going to build my website. Now, I know I said in a previous video that I wasn't going to make my website right at that time because it wasn't a money-making, producing activity, and I needed to get the YouTube video recorded, which was true. But due to certain inquiries, I really need to get my website up and running. So in this video, I invite you to take a look at me build my website behind the scenes. We can get this done in less than an hour. Okay, so I will be splitting this up into two parts though. Okay, so for the first half of the video, we're going to be getting everything up and running and getting it set online. The other half is going to be the designing portion. So I highly recommend that you do not skip around, because I'm going to be explaining things if you have never done this before. So don't skip. There's going to be links to all the resources and tools that I use in the description below. I'm going to also have this mapped out into chapters so you can skip around that way. And right now, go ahead and like the video because it helps with the algorithm into YouTube, and subscribe to the channel so that way you can be notified when I upload the next video to this as well. There's going to be two tools that I'm going to use during this whole uploading session, and that's going to be a self-hosted WordPress website. So that's going to be WordPress, and also Hostinger web hosting. So that's the whole web host that I am going to be using for this website. And again, this is my personal website. This will be dwillis.com. I use WordPress because I always build my websites on a WordPress. It's trusted, tried, and true. They've been around forever. Hostinger, however, is new. This is my first time using this web host, but I've done a lot of research on it, and I've used multiple hosting providers in the past. I've used HostGator, Bluehost, SiteGround. I used so many in the past, and I really wanted to practice what I preach. Hostinger is a very, very good, if not one of the best web hosts out today, and it's very affordable. So it allows you to get the time you need to start building your business without having to worry about the financial aspects of having your website up and having your business up. So it gives you time, and you're going to see why in a minute. So without further delay, let's jump right on into my computer and get this started. Okay guys, this is Hostinger. The link to this is below, but you can go to divamode.com/Hostinger and it will bring you right here to this website. Now, I kind of want to give you a brief tour to explain to you a few things and to show you how affordable Hostinger really is. Now, if you go over here to the hosting plans, if you're just starting out, you're either going to be choosing web hosting, which is a shared host for small businesses, or you're going to do the WordPress hosting. Me personally, I do the WordPress hosting because I build my site and all my client sites on a WordPress. So we're going to go to WordPress hosting, and I just kind of want to just show you how affordable it is. So if you're having one website, it's $1.99 a month. If we go to add that to the cart, because you can press add to cart, it's not going to charge you anything. So once you go here, you can see, okay, if you wanted your website up and running for 4 years to give yourself, your business 4 years worth of time to start generating income for you, it'll only cost you $95.52 for 4 years. You won't have to pay monthly. It's flat out 4 years for $95.52. If that is out of your budget, you can do 2 years to give yourself as much time as possible. So for $54.96, your website will be up and running for 2 whole years. If that is even out of budget, you can go down to 1 year and actually have your site up and running for $35.88 for the whole year. I would advise either the 12, 24, or 48 months because I wouldn't want you to pay $10 a month for 12 months. That's like $120, right? So you're saving money by doing it like that. Me personally, if I go back, let's go back. Let me go to the WordPress. That was just for the single site. They have a more popular one, which is the WordPress starter. Now this one gives you a free domain name. A domain name is like dwillis.com, right? So if you already have your own domain name already, you might want to go with the $1.99 one because it doesn't give you the free domain and you don't need it because you already have one. And if you do not have one and you need to get a domain, with this plan, the WordPress Starter, it gives you a free domain. So you get a domain with it. Okay. So even if you were to go with this one, it's still affordable. So if we were to go and do the $2.99 plan and get the free domain, for 4 years, it'd be $143. For 2 years, it'd be $71.76. And for 1 year, it'll be $35.88 for 1 year, and your website is covered and you won't have to worry about that monthly financial obligation. Me, on the other hand, I actually went with the business plan. Okay. And the reason why I went with the business plan, I don't need a domain. I already have my domain. But the reason why I went with this is because I get to do the 100 websites because I built multiple sites. I have the 200 gigs SSD storage. It gives me the daily backups opposed to over here, which only gives me the weekly. And also I get 2 CPUs to run my website off of. So it just makes processes go a lot faster. And in a way, they also have the staging. Okay, and this allows me, the staging tool allows me to build websites on the back end without messing with my main site. But that's because these are for the tools that I use, guys. So you have to pick the plan that works best for you. All right. So what happens is, let's say, for example, you are going to build on the WordPress. You're going to install WordPress on your web host, and you're going to go with the most popular one because you don't probably need all of the things I need. So let's go back under here, and let's say we want to stay within budget. We want to spend under $50. So we're going to go with the 1 year. We're going to give our business 1 year. What's going to happen is once you select your plan, you're going to want to create your account if you've never used Hostinger before. If so, you'll just log in. And if so, you already know how to use this, right? So let's just say this is your first time you need to create an account. You'll put in your email address, you'll put in your payment card details and everything, and then you will submit your payment. So right now, I've already done this. I'm going to show you a clip of what it'll look like right after you make your purchase because I recorded myself while I was actually logging in for the first time myself. Once you finish making payment, this is going to be the first screen that you're going to see. If you need to claim your free domain, you will claim it by pressing the claim your domain button, and you will follow the steps. In our case, since we already have our own domain name, we're just going to go ahead and set up the business WordPress. Now, the thing about having the WordPress hosting service with Hostinger is that it automatically comes with WordPress installed. So it's going to ask you a few questions. Who are you building this site for? What type of site are you building? So it's going to ask you some questions. You're going to go through. It's going to ask if you need help building your site. You just press no, thank you. Now here you're at the WordPress login. You're going to want to make your username and password, which is your email and your password, different from your Hostinger account that you created. And the reason why is because, yes, you can get access to your WordPress website through Hostinger, but you can also log into your WordPress dashboard directly, and I'll show you how you can do that. So you want to make sure that the same login information that you use for Hostinger is different from the login information that you're going to use right here on your WordPress account. So I'm going to take some time and go in and create my login information, and then we will jump back in to the video. So once you've logged in, you will see the ability to add in plugins to your website. Me personally, I love to start my websites from scratch. I will upload my own plugins, but Hostinger will do it for you. So they have several options here. If you're looking to create a store from your website like Shopify, you will want to download or have them install the plugin WooCommerce. There's also Opt-in Monster is also another good one. It is a email pop-up form, so it allows you to collect emails, and they also have an all-in-one SEO to help you with your blog post, so that way your articles can rank in the search engines. In my case, I'm gonna go ahead and skip because I'm going to manage my own plugins later. So once you click that, They're going to show you some options of some themes that you can install. All you got to do, if you like any of those, you can install them yourself by clicking select, or you can have them show you some more. But in my case, I have a theme in mind that I'm going to use. So I'm not going to need any of these themes here. So I'm going to skip because I don't need it. Now here's where you get to set up your website. You claim your free domain here if you would like, again. But in my case, I have an existing domain. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my own domain, and I'm going to press continue. And then once this loads, it's going to give me some information in regards to my existing domain. It shows me where it's hosted at now, what the name servers are, and this is going to get a little techie because now we're going to change this information. These name servers are going to change. They're not going to be the same, guys. All right, so that's why I don't mind showing them. But it's telling me what I need to do. So now in order for my website or my domain name, dwillis.com, to show up, I need to set up the domain. Okay, so it's going to show me some information. Okay, my server is in North America. That's the domain. I got WordPress installed already because it does it automatically, and it shows my admin email. So I'm going to finish the setup. Okay, now it's going to load. I'm going to let the time go through so everything can load properly. So now that that's finished loading, what it's time to do, because we're almost there, is connect our domain name. So we need dwillis.com to sit on Hostinger so that way we can host our website. So it's time to connect. So we're going to click connect our domain names, and then it's going to say let's get started, and we're going to start the activation process on this. Now, if you don't know what to do, highly recommend you watch the video. In my case, my domain name is at Namecheap. That's where I buy all of my domain names. So what I would need to do is log into Namecheap and then click on my list of domains, go down to the domain name I want, which is dwillis.com. I would then click manage, and then I will copy and paste the Hostinger name servers into my website to transfer it and connect it over. So let's do that now. So this is kind of what it looks like in the back end of Namecheap. I'm under the dwillis.com domain. And then, of course, we're going to copy and paste those name servers over into the name server section here. So what you'll want to do is click custom DNS. And then you're going to copy that and you're going to paste it into the name server number 1 under the domain section. So this is what you're going to do. Paste it in. And you're going to go back and you're going to get the other one. It's not going to let you click the arrow until you get both of them in there. So then you get both of them in there, then you click the green check, and now it propagated to the Hostinger name servers. So it can take up to 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, guys, for everything to populate. So I refreshed the page, went back, and then what I'm going to do is press continue. So now it's finished because I set it up, and it says right here it can take 24 to 48 hours for it to work. You can check the link there to see if it's connected. I did check the link. It's showing that it is connected, okay, because that's their little link. So I just went in there to just so that way you can see it, so I can show you. Then we're going to click finish. Then we're going to jump over into our control panel, so that way we can get into the back office of Hostinger. Now, as you can see, it shows our WordPress website above, dwillis.com. It also gives you where you can manage your domain. You can get a free email. You can set up your free email. So if you do not have a business email like info@dwillis.com, you can make one here. However, I have my own business email because I use G Suites for business on Google. So I don't need to set any of that up because I already have an email provider. So now what we need to do is we need to check things out. We can set up there, go to WordPress, is already installed. But the next thing we need to do is we need to set up our SSL. And that is your security. Your SSL is your security feature that we need to set up. So that way in the web browser, it can show HTTPS, at the top, and it'll be locked in a secured website. So if I open this right now, as you can see, it's not secured at the top, right? It says not secure, but our WordPress is up. Okay, so we need to make it secure. So let's go find that information. Okay, security, that makes sense. So we're going to go to the SSL. The SSL is not propagated yet. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. That's how long it took me. If you don't know how to install it, you can click the Learn More button, and it'll teach you how to install your SSL. However, the reason why you don't see it there now is because it's not propagated yet, because Namecheap hasn't really connected the name servers, but it will automatically in a minute. And when it does, I am going to show you that. Guys, if you're liking things like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be bringing more tutorials just like this, as well as strategies and tips and things that I'm doing to drive traffic to my website. So don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out with showing up in the YouTube algorithm to help other people who are looking for the same types of information. Let me explain a little bit about this dashboard here in Hostinger. Most likely you probably still have a red lock right here. Don't worry, it will go away. Eventually you will be able to go to security and SSL, and you will see that your SSL certificate is active. If it's not active, there will be a button over here that says activate, and you will activate it. But typically by the SSL coming free with this, it's going to do it automatically. So let's go back here to the dashboard. If you were to click this link right here, it will show you your preview of what your website looks like right now. As you can see, it's not secure, and that's just because you're in preview mode. However, let me show you how to log in to WordPress directly. So this is how you would typically go in to log in without having to be inside of your host. There's really no reason, after you set up your hosting, there's really no reason for you to be inside of your hosting unless you're doing something hosting related. But just to log into your website and to make edits and changes, you should be logging in directly through WordPress. So, and here's how you do it. So you will put your domain name, you like dwillis.com, and then you'll do /WP-admin, because you're the administrator, you're logging in. I have more than one WordPress, guys. So to log into this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter my credentials. So here at this dashboard, I move these things around. So now we're logged into WordPress. And if I was to go to visit site, now it's secure. You see the lock up there because I'm in the actual site, right? So I'm going to explain a few things. This is your dashboard. It's going to be other stuff up there. You can close it out. It's not a big deal. You can move these around and make your dashboard look however you want it to look. I installed a few things already, but I'm explaining that to you as well. So once you get here in your back office, you're probably going to be on the Hostinger page right here. It's going to say publish your website. It's going to say upload a logo, take me there, and all of this and all that. You don't necessarily have to do this because what you're not building it within Hostinger, right? You're going to build your website on WordPress within WordPress. So you can just ignore this tab for real. The dashboard is what I just explained. So you can move stuff around to where you like to see it. Any updates that you have on your WordPress will be here. So if they have a newer version, you'll have a little markup here that will send you to the updates, and then you can just click it and update it. Here go where your posts are. I will explain SODAS in a minute, but this is where your posts are. So these are like your articles. So if we open this up so you can view an article, it kind of look like your paragraph here. Any comments here, who wrote it, the comment down here from the person, because they give you some dummy information so you can see what it looks like. You can create a new post. You can add categories and tags. Here go some post templates. Again, I explain that in a minute. Media is like your video library. You can upload any videos or anything that you have right there so far as media is concerned. Here go your pages. So like if it's your privacy policy, your home page, your about page, things like that, services page, you will make them on the pages, not necessarily the articles. The articles are like posts for a blog. And then of course, this is where you can see any comments, if anybody commented, anything like that. And also you have some other things here that comes with my theme, and we're going to talk about that. So the very first thing you will want to do when you come here, you're probably going to land right here. You're going to want to go down to your settings first. When you go down to your settings, this is going to be like, what's the name of your site? If you got a tagline, make sure all of this information is accurate. The administration email, everything is like that. Make sure your date, put it on your own time zone, and make sure your date and time format is the way you want, and your week starts on either Monday, Sunday, however you choose, and press save changes. I've already done this to mine. Also, you want to go down to writing. You want to make sure everything is here is standard blog format. And then reading, you're going to change this from, because it's probably going to say full text. You want to do excerpts. I do not like when I go to a page and the whole article is written. You just want a little snippet of it. So you change that to excerpt, and then you press save. Now, if you don't want the search engines picking up your website just yet, because you're still working on it, you can click discourage it so Google won't pick it up. But then I find that people forget to take it off. Don't worry, your site is brand new. Google is not going to pick it up that fast, and it's not going to show on the first page of Google that quickly. So you can keep this off and just press save changes once you change that to excerpt. Now here go your discussions. I pretty much leave that the same. Here go your media. It shows you the sizes that it crops to, a 150 by 150. So this is a perfect 1:1 ratio squares, and that's how large it can be. And then also your permalinks. Now this is important because you probably up here on plain. You want to put it on post name. And that way, if somebody goes to your about page, they're going to dwillis.com/about instead of P123 about whatever. You don't want it looking crazy. So put it on post name and then press save. And then of course your privacy. Now this is how it gives you create a new privacy policy. It helps you create a policy page, which you're going to need, but I'm going to make a video on that in the future. So you can just skip that right now. It's not really that serious in the process. So now we're in WordPress and we set it up. We set up the settings. Now you're going to want to go to user because you're the user. Right now, if you were to go to user, it is probably showing your name. Your email address. So let's go back really quick. So if I click on edit, you can change the color, guy. You can change the color of the back office. As you can see back here, you can change the color. You can leave it the default color. You can disable the visual editor when writing. I don't usually change that. I will sometimes change the colors. I'm not going to lie. I'll change the colors. But then you scroll down. Now here's the important part. Right now, your nickname is probably your email address. Change it. You don't want to be, writing articles on your page and it says the article is written by info@dwillis.com. You want to put your name, and then you get to pick your display name, how you want it to display. So I put DWillis in there. And then of course you can change your email if you would like. But when you do that, it changes your login information. Okay, as if you change this, an email will be sent to the new address to confirm, and the new address will not become active until you confirm it, and then you will use that to log in. You can put in your details here, like your Twitter username, which I am going to do right now, your Facebook username, and that's just because I know all of this stuff, my Instagram username, instagram.com/IamDWillis, LinkedIn profile, Pinterest username, YouTube username, okay, because I already know that stuff by heart. So I update all of that. You can make a little bio about yourself. I'm going to probably do that a little later. Just for the sake of this video, and then I'm going to update the profile and basically save it. So it's basically saved as we want it. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is go into your plugins. Now, you might have a lot more plugins right here, and you're going to have a plugin that says Hostinger. Do not delete it. Delete all the other ones, and you do that by clicking it, and then you press action, and you'll press delete. Okay? So, or it'll be a delete button down here for you to delete it. But first you must deactivate them. So you have to deactivate them first. So I will deactivate this. Watch. Submit deactivate. Now the delete button is available. And so I can delete it if I want to delete it. Okay. But I'm about to activate it back because I don't want to delete it. Okay. So delete everything except for your hosting or whatever it is that you want to keep. You keep. Whatever you don't, you don't. Keep in mind that the more plugins you have on your site, the slower it becomes. So you want as least amount of things as possible on your WordPress. So I left Hostinger because that's probably how it's reading the panel to the WordPress. So I don't want to mess that up. So I keep that there. And then I added a plugin. So you can go and add a plugin, and I added Elementor. Okay. And that's because the theme that I have, it requires the plugin so you can build. So I went and got it. It's for free. Okay. And these plugins are pretty much free. So you can get any plugin you want. If you know, just think of a plugin that you want. Maybe you want a security plugin. You just type in security and it's going to give you security plugins and stuff like that. Or if you want an SEO plugin, it's going to give you SEO plugins and so on and so forth. So that's how that works. So once you deleted all of your plugins and kept the ones you want, the next thing you want to do is go to your appearances. Now, you probably have a 2023, 2022, 2021 theme. Typically what I do is I open up the themes and I delete them. I delete all but the current one. Since we're in year 2023 at the time of this recording, I kept 2023. The other ones I got rid of. Now, Soldad is a premium theme, which means I paid for it. It's a premium theme. I bought. A link to it will be below. And that's just because I like this theme. So when you buy a theme, you need to follow the instructions on uploading the theme you want. And that is going to be in the next video in regards to design. But say, for example, we done already paid 35 at quote unquote 35.88 or how much it was for the year. Now you might want to use one of these themes that you saw. Whatever one you use, you keep. Always keep the current year. I don't care what other year you keep, but keep always the current year, and you might have 2 or 3 on there by the time you're done. You can use the current theme if you want, because you can see theme details and you can actually see everything. You can also add more themes. And then here go a lot of free themes that you can use, because WordPress come with themes too. So you can find one that you like and pick a theme that you like, and don't worry about the pictures and the colors, because those things can be changed. Just look at the layout, whatever the layout you like. If you like this layout, and you can preview it and everything. If you like this type of layout, then you will install this theme. You know, they give you examples of what the about page look like, what the home page look like, the hover elements. You can check it out on the preview. And then if you like it, you install it. Okay, and these are all free. Okay, so WordPress give these to you free, so you can start your website basically free after you've paid for your hosting. Okay, so ooh, that hello looks cute, and that's because I like color. Hold on, where was it? There we go. See, that's cute. So if you like stuff like this, guys, then you can pick something like this, and of course these pictures can change. They don't have to be these people. Matter of fact, you will be able to delete whole sections. And again, that's in the design portion of this video, but I'm just kind of showing you how you put a theme on. So we're going to set this up. In my case, I already have a theme. Now, if you want to upload, or if you bought a theme, you would download it to your computer, and then you would press upload theme, and you will click the file, and you will upload your zip files. It only takes zip files. So you will upload your zip files and upload it to here. And then your theme will be available like this. And then you activate it. This is the parent theme, which I activated first. And then I uploaded the child theme, which I activated second. And all of my changes are on the child theme, not the parent theme. It's on the child theme. But it comes like that with both of these files, as you were able to see. So this is the theme that I use. Again, a link to it will be below if you want to check it out and see all the features of this theme. But you need to pick a theme that works for you. Okay, what works for me might not work for you, because you might not need all the functionalities that I need, right? Just based on what my business is. Okay, so guys, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So in this video, you learned how to install WordPress on Hostinger, because if you chose the WordPress plan, it comes built in already. And you learned how to set that up and how to change your domain name over and make sure everything sits. Now, if you chose the previous web host, if you chose the regular shared web hosting, in the back on the dashboard, there will be an option that says WordPress, and you will be able to click the install, and Hostinger will install the WordPress for you, and you would do everything else the same. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, or like a specific video in the future, leave those comments below. I definitely would love to hear your feedback. Again, in the next video, we will be talking more about styling and themes and all of that good jazz. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.